and welcome to a very exciting video I have today. So you guys know one of my favorite players of all time is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But today we're going to be looking at what would have happened if Jordan never retired in 1999 and in 1993. How many titles would have he won? And also, what if Jordan never wore the number 45? And what if he was, So anyways, let's get right into it. So, he started with a three-peat from 91 to 93, and then shockingly retired for baseball. If you want to know why, it's because his father James, his dear father James Jordan, got shot by some preschoolers or something. It's probably not even preschoolers. I'm probably just getting that fake information. And he wanted Jordan to be a baseball player, so he pursued it for baseball. But what if Jordan never left? Would he have won the title in 1994? Well, let's talk about it. Welcome. So, the 1994 first round Eastern Conference. Let's see if they can give us something. And in 1994, so you got the Hawks up top with Dominique Wilkins and 1994 first round. Well, 1994 playoff contenders. NBA. Oh my gosh, why does it always say football? Alright. So in the end, it was the New York Knicks losing 4-3 to the Rockets. The Rockets beating the Jazz, the Pacers, and the Knicks over the Bulls. So basically, 1994 standings. NBA. I wrote it completely wrong. Oh my gosh. So basically, we see the Hawks, the Knicks. So that season, the Knicks would have Patrick Ewing. So basically, we have to search up Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon. We got Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, 59 years old for Ewing. Olajuwon, Charles Barkley. So I use this picture a lot. So we are researching this and we are basically going to see. In 1994, Hakeem Olajuwon, we would have subtracted 26 years, right? 27 years. He would have been 31. Jordan would have also been 31. Barkley would, I guess, have also been 31. And Ewing would have been 32. So, yeah. Do I think a 31-year-old Jordan and a 28-year-old Scottie Pippen would be able to beat Hakeem Olajuwon and B.J. Armstrong? And plus B.J. Armstrong. Do I think that they could have a chance to beat the Knicks? 100% they would be the best team in the Eastern Conference. But against the Houston Rockets. Now that year was kind of like Olajuwon's breakout year because Jordan wasn't in the league. But if Jordan was in the league, would have Olajuwon had the same legacy? No. I believe the Bulls would have probably swept the Houston Rockets. Maybe they would have the Rockets would have snuck away with one game. But I would say that definitely the Bulls would beat this Houston team in 5 games. Because, I mean, maybe in 1995, they would have been better. So Jordan will capture his 4th championship and 4th Finals MVP. So this picture, Michael Jordan, 4 rings. Jordan, 4 rings. 4 rings. This picture would have been taken a few years earlier. That picture is very popular, but it would have been taken a few years later, earlier, and then a few years later, it would have instead been 6 rings. So we would have 7 rings. Now in 1995, if Jordan would have worn number 23 and not just like been fresh, like if Jordan would have been not keep having playoff experience, the finals would be against the Houston Rockets again. But this time they added Clyde Drexler, which I probably helped Shaq win in the last video. So I'll actually switch Hakeem and Shaq if you guys are very angry. Clyde Drexler, we just have to see his age. He's 59, so it would be 35. So do I think a Clyde Drexler, a 32-year-old Hakeem Olajuwon, and a 35-year-old Clyde Drexler would be able to beat a 32-year-old Michael Jordan? Or do I think, it's basically the Eastern Conference. I think the Bulls would definitely win the Eastern Conference, but would Jordan be able to beat this team that has Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon? Well, the Bulls were an old team when they won in 1997. But can they beat, you have Scottie Pippen, who's 29 years old, 1 year past his prime, but he's still in his prime. So I would think a Scottie Pippen that's 29 years old would probably also need the help of Michael Jordan, but together they would probably be able to beat Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon, to be honest. I'm going to say Jordan wins his 5th championship in 1995 if he wouldn't be fresh and be wearing number 23. And Jordan, and would he win the Finals MVP? Absolutely. He would probably win the Finals MVP both those years because he would have the experience of scoring 41 points. Averaging 41 points, and you might say, oh, but that's just one time. No, he didn't just average 41 points. He averaged 41 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. What about that, Jordan haters? Yeah, so that would mean Hakeem's legacy is ruined. And Jordan would already have 5 championships. Then he would probably 3-peat, but it should be called like an 8-peat. And now in 1999, this year, Jordan would be 36. Dennis Rodman. Let's just check out his age. 60 years old. And Rodman would be 38 years old. And do I think a 38-year-old Dennis Rodman, a 33-year-old Scottie Pippen, and a 36-year-old Michael Jordan would be able to beat the 1999 Spurs roster? Do I think they could beat this team? Got Avery Johnson, Steve Kerr, Tim Duncan, Sean Elliott, David Robinson. Now, Steve Kerr would have been 34 that year. Tim Duncan would have been young. He would have been 24. And David Robinson would have been 34. Now, this is a very tough call. do I think a 36-year-old Michael Jordan would be able to beat that team? Depends his stats in the 1998 Jordan stats. 33.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Now, it would probably be 31 points. Well, he'll be against David Robinson and Tim Duncan. So, the Jordan would probably, it's actually a very tough one. Jordan would probably average like 32 points, maybe two or three rebounds, and maybe 6 assists. Do I think Dennis Rodman could overpower those guys? Who can stop Dennis Rodman from overpowering everybody? No one. And now, the final decision. Would Jordan have 9 rings, 9 championships, 9 finals MVPs, and 9 finals appearances? Well, this is really a tough choice. How many points did Jordan average in 1998? Jordan was still a powerhouse. Do I think he would win the championship versus that Spurs roster? This might be a little controversial, but yes, I think he would win his 9th title, 9th finals MVP. Mainly because that Spurs team doesn't have any players that are in their primes. And because Michael Jordan was always a powerhouse. And now, that's it. Jordan would have 9 championships, 9 finals MVPs, and 9 finals appearances. That would probably make 97% of basketball players and 8% of basketball fans think that Jordan is the GOAT if he wouldn't have not retired 2 times in 1993 and 1999. So wow, Jordan would have retired as a 9-time champion, 9-time finals MVP, and a 9-time finals appearance. It's basically LeBron, except better. Like, Jordan was already better than LeBron. Now, he was already 1 million times better. Now he's 1 quadrillion times better if he would have not retired twice. Well, and besides, and with Kobe, Jordan would have definitely been probably 1 trillion times better than Kobe. 1 trillion, quadrillion, he probably would have just been best athlete of all time. Like 9, he just should have not retired 2 times. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.